Bonaduce, life coach. Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Hey, it's Danny Bonaduce, life coach. You can call me right now, 1-800-252-1025, or you can email me at lifecoach@KZOK. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones. Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. I believe we're starting off with an email today.
We'll start off with an email, and again, it is lifecoach@KZOK.com and 800-252-1025 to talk to Danny, because any kind of problem, he can help you. So we've got an email here. Again, it is KZOK.com, and it's from Ruth in Issaquah.
Ruth or Bruce?
Ruth.
Ruth, okay.
I had a one-night stand with a coworker. I had feelings for him for a while, and the other night we went out to happy hour and ended up hooking up. My problem is I really thought this would lead to something with him, but now I'm getting the cold shoulder. It wouldn't be so bad. I'd get over it eventually, but we work closely together, so things are awkward. What's your suggestion for either getting him interested in a relationship with me or for moving on?
Well, I got to tell you, you played the big card on getting him interested. You took off your underwear. That's the big card right there. But here's the thing, because we're grown-ups these days. We're so much more sophisticated about sex than we used to be. That one-night stands, they used to diminish the likability, if you will, of liking a girl. Oh, she had a one-night stand, even with it was me. That's the kind of girl she's. Now we're all grown up. Nothing bad has happened. Couple of adults hooked up. I would suggest, if you're going to sleep with him some more, and there's no rules that you cannot, but remember to make conversation, do things that will involve this guy besides in just having sex with what kind of catch you are. And don't push it too hard, because right now, nobody's embarrassed. And if this doesn't go well, and he's a coworker, there might be some embarrassment. So right now, play it cool, see if he comes around to liking you or not. And if not, nobody's played the card of I like you, do you like me, check box. People have just hooked up like adults. So I'd love it if you two work out if you have feelings for him. But if not, there's no harm, no foul right now. I think you're doing all the right things and playing all the right moves right here. Hey, thank you very much for the email. I appreciate it. Let's jump to the phone lines and talk to Brad from Everett. Good morning, Brad. Brad, you with me?
Going?
Hey.
So my scenario is the ex-girlfriend decided to break up. We broke up, but there's a kid involved, so I filed a parenting plan. She ran out of the courts, filed a domestic violence restraining order. It got rejected in seconds in the courtroom.
It got rejected?
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you, Brad, because those things can be such a drag. And if anybody raised their hands, whether it's to the girl or to the kid, they deserve them. But if nobody did that, you don't deserve the little spot that will leave on your permanent resume. So good for you, Brad.
So she said, the day before, she said I punched her and dragged her down the hallway, but the judge kind of looked. They're like, okay, where's your mark?
Nice. All right.
And so now I'm wondering what's the next steps in the process, because I'm moving out. I went and got a two-bedroom apartment, so the kid has his own room. Currently, he stays with his mom, and they share the same room, same bed, everything. So I'm wondering, is that one up on her? She's driving around with him with no driver's license in the car.
That's a big one. Are you fighting for custody?
Yes, sir. You better believe it. I was raised without a dad, and I'm not going to let my kid be in those shoes.
Okay, so you know what? Do you have a woman in your life too?
What's that?
Do you have a woman in your life when you take the kid and you take the custody? Who is he going to come home to?
Just me. I'm not going to involve another woman in his life right now.
Interesting that you said that. Do you think it's a little early on to bring a new girl in?
Yes, I do. She's already been through two different guys.
You know what? I hate that, and it's something that I did a little bit when I was younger. I'd be dating a girl, and she would give me this whole thing about you can't come to my house yet because I don't introduce my children to men until we're involved with something really serious. I thought it was a way to get guys to get involved really serious and say, well, I'll go home with you because I have a great ambition to be your next boy. But I think you're doing all the right things. So what is your exact question for me, Brad?
What's that?
What is your exact question for me?
So what is it going to make me look better in the end that I got him his own room, I got a driver's license, stable job, good residence, and she's living in a house where she's sharing a room with the kid?
No, you did. I thought there was more to this question because you're doing so well. And you know what? As long as you can you prove she's driving around with no driver's license with the kid in the car?
if I take pictures of her driving down the road, I could.
You could. A judge, you know what? I mean, you might want to go and do that if you feel the necessity to do that, but don't get all stalkerish. Don't give the judge, hey, he's following her around to get pictures. Right now, you're the winning parent. You've got the 2 bedrooms, not her. You've got a driver's license, and I think you should definitely say that. So if you want my idea of what's going to happen is, getting the husband or the boyfriend, the male, getting custody is really rare. That's why, Goldberg Jones exists, because men don't always get a fair shake. But right now, Brad, I think you're in the driver's seat. You're in the catbird seat, if you will. But you might want to give a call to Goldberg Jones Divorce Remand about who's going to get this kid. Do you have a lawyer, Brad?
Yeah, because she also hit him in the mouth the other day and gave him bloody lips, she told me. So I'm just wondering,
Well, you're going to have to be able to prove all that and whether or not it was an accident. But to get custody of this child, it looks to me like you're the winning parent except for your gender. And no matter what they say, they do side on the side of the female a lot. So, but it sounds like you've got all your ducks in a row and show all this information to the judge, and things should go your way, Brad. Thank you very much for the call.
Good luck to you, Brad.
Good luck, Brad.
You guys have a question, 800-252-1025. You still have time to make that call today, because Danny can help you with any kind of problem you have. So make the call or email lifecoach@kzok.com. Remember, you can lie about your name. It doesn't matter who you say you are. We've got an email from Mark in Seattle. I met a girl who seems great in every way, except she has zero tolerance for sports. I love sports, especially the NFL and the Seahawks. When I'm at her place, she refuses to have sports on TV. And if she's at my place, her mood changes if I try to put the game on. She gets grumpy. Going out to a bar to watch a game or attending a game, out of the question. It might seem trivial, but this difference is becoming a big deal to me.
It doesn't seem trivial at all.
Especially with the Seahawks season about to start. Yeah. Should I consider this a deal breaker?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. You should break up with this person right now. Drop her like a hot rock. Okay. No, think about it seriously. If she said, if she's not, I'm not interested in sports. Yet Sarah and I are still pals. Everything's fine. If it was on a fight night in my house, a big fight, we turn it on like crazy. When I go to a bar and it's sports night, I'm fine with that. This woman could play along a little bit. The fact that she won't have sports on in her house when she knows that you love it, she won't go on to a bar that will be playing sports. The things that this woman will say no to coming up very soon. She's warming you up for being told no all the time. I think as long as this is early on, you need to get away from this woman very fast and turn on the game.
That's good advice.
It is good advice, because this chick's up to something else. She's setting the stage for I'm in charge. I love sports, Becky. No sports on in my house. She's showing you who's in charge, and it's not you. Get away from this girl.
800-252-1025 to talk to Danny, or email lifecoach@kzok.com.
Yeah.
Elizabeth in Redmond sent an email. I've been seeing a guy for a few months, and we seem to epitomize the idea that opposites attract, but I'm doubting whether this is a good thing. I'm an introvert, a homebody. I just like to hang out at home. He's an extrovert. He loves to go out, hit the bars, party, and socialize. His social energy is becoming too much for me. Do you think it's possible to find a middle ground between these extremes, or is this a sign that it's just not going to work out?
Well, here's what I think on that one, because I only got the information that you give me. I think his going out, like if I wanted to go out, I just go out. Your boy, I'm thinking, has plans with other people. I think, and a lot of people wonder, why can't I have everything? Why can't I have a girlfriend and a bunch of friends at the bar and at the pool hall and things like that? If you don't want to go to these things that he's doing, it sounds like A, you don't, and B, this guy's got a lot of energy. I'm going to suggest to you that he's not the right guy for you, really. I mean, before you wrote me, you must have tried some other things to make him not just to stay home, but be happy at home. And I would think in the beginning of this, hey, we're all trying to feel each other out. But if you want to stay home, that's good. He could write me too and go, my girlfriend just wants to stay home. It's okay that he wants to go out, but he's going to, I think, here's what I read from your letter, another group of people, another set of friends that aren't being introduced to you. I would suggest you work this out, tell him how often he wants to stay home, have him invite you out to go. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news and break up with people, but if you let him know what's happening and he doesn't invite you to go and meet these people or to stay home and have some of these people over and meet in the middle, again, not the right guy for you. I'd suggest you move along from this guy.
Yeah, it's also tough because imagine if this guy was with someone just as outgoing as him. Then he'd just be in the bar all the time.
All the time.
Maybe he likes that somebody is a little more chilled out.
I think he wants 2 lives. I think he wants his life at home and his life in the bar. So that's what I think.
And you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Well, you can technically, but you can't get fat from it. That's all the time we have for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach, my friends. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.